What's up, gentlemen? My name is Ahmed Hassan, and today I have a very special topic for you guys, and I'm gonna talk about the special book from Dave Ramsey, The Total Money Makeover. If you don't know anything about this book, good that you're here. I'm gonna summarize this book for you, and I'm gonna tell you what exactly did I learn from this book. Gentlemen, if you don't know me, my name is Ahmed Hassan, and I make videos like this each and every week about men's health, men's fashion, men's style, men's grooming, career, personal finance, you name it, whatever it is to boost your confidence and make you feel amazing. And I would really appreciate it if you check my content out. And if you like it, please do subscribe so that you will not miss any video that I make in the future. One more tip, smack the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Let's get started. So today I'm talking with you guys about the Total Money Makeover from Dave Ramsey. If you don't know anything about this book offers a 7-step plan, and it guarantees your financial freedom. So said Dave Ramsey. And this book was published in 2003 and sold 5 million copies. It is considered a financial classic. So this is why I'm talking about this book today. 2 years ago, I didn't know anything about money, and then I said to myself, maybe I should read some books, maybe I should get myself educated. Then I stumbled upon this book, A Total Money Makeover, and the book starts by saying you have to focus on only one task if you want to achieve financial freedom. Let's say, for example, you have too many debts and you have mortgage and you have so many stuff to pay. So you have to focus on what exactly do you want to pay first, and then what is next, and so on. Because if you try to pay everything at once, it will be impossible and you will get frustrated and you will not achieve anything. So this is how the book starts. And the first step, in the book says, like, there are seven steps. When you do these 7 steps, you will have financial freedom. And the first step is you have to save $1,000 as fast as possible for an emergency or for when something happens. Let's say you have to pay like a bill very fast, you get a ticket, your cars break down, somebody from your family needs some money, something happened, you have to have some cash in your pockets, right? I know this may sound like not like too much or intuitive, but trust me, I personally didn't have $1,000 in my pocket 2 years ago. This is why when I read this, I told myself, damn man, I even don't have $1,000. This is why I need to save money as fast as possible. And he said as well that 4 out of 5 people will have a crisis, will have something will happen. And when something happens, you have to be prepared. So saving this money is very important, especially when you are in a foreign country like me, you're living alone. So it will be very helpful if you have some cash aside, right? Gentlemen, as I told you, the first step is to save $1,000. Dave Ramsey always says these are 7 baby steps. And if you do this 7 baby steps, achieve financial freedom. So step number 2, Dave Ramsey said you should pay the small debt first. You should pay all your debt and start with your small debt first. And he calls it even the debt snowball. You should write a list of all your debts in an Excel sheet or on a table or a piece of paper, except your mortgage, of course, and then you have to start paying them, and you make a plan on how you are going to pay them. As he mentioned earlier, you should focus only on one thing at a time. So you take the smallest debt and you pay it first. Why is that? Because it gives you the feeling of accomplishment, and it gives you feeling like progress. If you started with, let's say, the big step is your mortgage, and you started to pay your mortgage as fast as you can, you will feel frustrated after a little time, right? Because it will take you maybe 30 years, right? So this is why he said start with the smallest debt first, pay it up, you feel like you accomplished something, you will get motivated, and then you can go further, right? So for example, if you have a student loan, if you have loans for your car, if you have loans, private loans, you bought some stuff, you bought some iPhones, you bought some laptops, whatever it is, take the smallest debt first. Let's say you bought some gadgets, and you start by paying them as fast as you can. Then you start with the bigger debt. Even debt which have no interest, even debt that you owe to your mother, to your father, to your family, that even these debts that you can pay whenever you want, and with zero interest, right? But you have to pay them as fast as possible. The third step that Dave Ramsey mentioned in his book, the baby step number 3, emergency fund. This one is my personal favorite. This one is like the cushion for my life, because you know, when you are in a foreign country, you know, and you don't have anybody, money is everything, man. If you don't have the money, you cannot live, you cannot buy the rent, you cannot buy the pills, you cannot eat even, because you don't have support, you don't have your family here, you don't have your friends here, you cannot crash at somebody's house. So when something happens, you really should take care of your own self, right? And the first thing I read this, I said, wow, this is crazy. What is an emergency fund? An emergency fund is, you have to calculate your expenses per month. The things that you have to pay monthly to keep you alive. Like, for example, rent, food, electrical bills, telephone, anything that you use monthly and you need, right? And after you calculate how much money you need per month, you just multiply this by 3, by 6, or by 12. That means if you multiplied it by 6, let's say you need $1,000 to live per month. You need $1,000 to pay the bills, to pay the rent, to pay for food, to pay for your telephone, to pay for your car, to pay everything that you have to pay monthly, right? And then you say, okay, what would happen if I didn't get any income? What would happen if I lost my job? And that means that your income will be 0. So you'll have like money to support you. And for how long you need this support? Let's say 6 months. So you need $6,000 to live 6 months without income, right? Or maybe if you would, it will take you longer to search for another job, let's say a year, then you will need $12,000 to be saved in the bank account in case you lost your job, you lost your income, so that you can live 12 months without any income and live normally in your rented apartment, pay your bills, pay your cars, pay everything, right? As I told you, it's a 7-step plan for financial freedom. So the step number 4, Dave Ramsey said you have to save 15% of your income for your retirement. If you are living in the United States, there are some programs like the 401k or stuff like that. If you are living in Europe, for me myself, I live in Germany, so you can do something called private retirement plan, or there are some other plans that offers the government. They are nice and everything. You should definitely do it, but me personally, I don't like investing in some plan and then maybe in the future they will pay me some money in the retirement. I think this for me doesn't make any sense. I don't know why, but for me personally, I don't like this idea. I would prefer to invest 15% in something that really have value in the future. Like, because you know, in America it's something different. I don't know how the system works, but they have like this 401k plans. It's amazing plan, I guess. Everybody likes them, everybody talks about them on the internet and everything. But here in Germany we don't have this plan. We have other plans, and we have even tax oriented saving plans and everything for families, and private plans as well. But for me personally, I went through them all and I didn't like any of them. I would think that you should save 15% of this money extra after saving the emergency fund. You should save this 15% in ETFs or real estate. These are the only 2 things you should invest this extra money, this 15%, because trust me, this makes a lot more sense for me personally. He said you should invest in a private retirement plan. I said, shit, what if I die? Where this money will go? In Germany, it will go in waste. I don't know if in America something different will happen, like somebody will, or some member of your family will get this money. But here in Germany, I didn't think so. So this is why I think investing this extra 15%, he said invest 15% in a retirement plan. I would say don't do that, this is crazy. Invest it in an ETF like Vanguard, 50 All World or MSI World. something like that. An ETF which I have like 7%, maybe even invest in real estate, like buying a house and rent it, or buying an apartment and rent it, and after you paying everything, you even will have like an extra cash flow, right? If you do it right. If you do it wrong, then it will be a total disaster. This is why he said invest 15% in your retirement, because it doesn't need any experience, it doesn't need any know-how, it doesn't need anything. You just go to a company, hello, I would like to invest 15% of my income in your retirement plan. On the number 5 step in the Dave Ramsey 7 baby step plan to the freedom, financial freedom, he said, like, you should by now, after you are saving, you paid your small debts, you did this debt snowball, you saved like the 1,000 euros, you have the emergency fund, you have like the 15% retirement plan, then you should save for your kids' college. I know in America this is a big thing, a huge thing. College is very expensive. Then you should save for your kids, because when they will get 18, you'll have to send them to college, right? And this is totally fine, it makes total sense, because college there is very, very expensive. I know it's crazy, but if you live in an European country like me, let's say for example Germany, you don't have to do that, because the very best colleges are public universities, and they are considered the best here in the country and even in Europe. And the private ones, they are unknown and less people use them. It's not like you're going to America, I don't know, you're going to Stanford or Columbia or Harvard, I don't know. But here, if you go to the University of Aachen, Berlin, these are considered good university. These are the university that people knows. The other private university, I don't even know them. So it's a different story, it depends from country to country. Gentlemen, baby step number 6, it's very easy, it's very simple. Now you are saving for your kids in the future. Now you have to start to pay off your mortgage. He says you should pay your mortgage as fast as possible. And this one is a little bit tricky, you know, because let's say you have a home that's cost $500,000. Yeah, you bought a house, it cost $500,000, and you want to pay this as fast as possible. Let's say you have a plan like you can pay this house in 20 years. Yeah, if you want to pay this mortgage as fast as possible, it will take you like 10 years. Maybe you said, okay, I'm paying, this house costs like 500,000. I'm paying per month 1,300. Half of that is interest, half of that is the rates for the house you're paying off the house. And then you said, okay, maybe I want to pay this as double as fast, so you'll have to pay like 3,000 per month. And this is crazy. This is too much money. Even if you are living in pairs, even if you are living with your partner, your wife, it's too much money. I mean, here in Germany, I don't know about in the US, but 3,000 per month only to pay the house, this is crazy, and this is too much. And I think personally, you should not do that. You should instead pay your house in the 30 years plan that you made from the beginning. Leave that aside. Even when you leave the house, you can rent the house. You will never lose anything, right? You can rent the house, and the rent will pay off the debt automatically. But if you start to paying like your debt as fast as you can right now, it will not make any sense. Instead, move on to step number 3. Try to build wealth, like invest in the stock market. I would say buy index funds, ETFs, because they are safe, a little bit safe, because you diversify your investment among companies. Let's say, for example, you buy the Vanguard 50 All World ETF index fund. It will invest your money in 3,400 companies, you know. So you're investing your money in a lot of companies, and it will help, or it will reduce the risk as much as possible, you know. Or even you can invest in real estate. Real estate is a very nice investment, because nowadays you can pay 10-20% of the real estate price, and then you will take a credit. You can leverage the money that you are taking from the bank to buy yourself a real estate. Yeah. And when done right, you can even produce a positive cash flow. Gentlemen, so these were my thoughts in the Dave Ramsey, The Total Money Makeover. It's a very nice book. Everyone should read it. Of course, not every step makes sense for everyone, but there are so many or so much to learn from this book. I personally love this book. I learned a lot. It helped me really a lot, especially with the first step, saving the 1,000 and paying off the debt as fast as possible, the small ones. And of course, the emergency fund is my personal favorite, because actually I used this and I needed it at some point in my life, and I found this money in the bank. I said, oh my God, thank God I read this book. This book made me stay afloat for a couple of months, and it was really a very good help for me. So I hope you guys like this video. If you like this video, please smack that like button for the YouTube algorithm, and please check my content out in my YouTube channel. I make videos like this each and every week, and I will be starting a playlist called the Book Club, let's say, or my favorite books, and I will just make videos like this explaining or summarizing all the books that I read and I found interesting. See you guys next time. Bye bye.